Welcome back to The Lead. In other national news, a special prosecutor was announced just a short time ago to look into a rape case in Maryville, Missouri, one that is capturing the nation's attention. Last year, then 14-year-old Daisy Coleman and her 13-year-old friend told authorities two teenage boys raped them after a night of drinking. Daisy says she was then dropped outside her house in the freezing snow and found by her mother, Melinda, the next morning. Daisy's alleged rapist was arrested and charged, but those charges were dropped amidst discussions that one of the alleged perpetrators comes from a powerful family in town. Now the case, however, is getting a second look, in part because of the online hacking group Anonymous. Anonymous has pushed for the case to be reopened, and they're holding what is called, or what they call, a peaceful rally tomorrow in Maryville, Missouri. Daisy, do you and your mother plan to attend this rally in Maryville tomorrow that the group Anonymous is putting together?
We were pondering it, but it sounds almost as if it wouldn't be safe for us to go just because of all the people in Maryville being very angry with the case right now. But we are thinking about it, and we are very thankful for all of the people attending.
Melinda, the prosecutor who'd handled the case in which all the charges were dropped has now asked that a special prosecuting attorney be appointed to conduct an independent review, possibly refile charges. What are you and Daisy hoping for?
What we really want and what we're hoping for is just to be heard and have this looked at fairly and with some enthusiasm. We were disappointed that they didn't really do the job, they didn't really collect the evidence, and they didn't seem to care from the beginning. Anything above that would just be extra.
Your case has prompted a lot of discussion about a lot of different topics that are related. You and your friend, Daisy, both admit you were drinking that night. There's a columnist from Slate.com named Emily Yaffe. She brings up a point about your case I'd like to read and get your reaction. Quote, "Young women are getting a distorted message that their right to match men drink for drink is a feminist issue. The real feminist message should be that when you lose the ability to be responsible for yourself, you drastically increase the chances that you will attract the kinds of people who, shall we say, don't have your best interest at heart." That's not blaming the victim, that's trying to prevent more victims. That columnist and that column have been attacked and criticized, perhaps unfairly. I'm wondering what you think of that argument, that women should not get drunk because there are a lot of bad guys out there that will take advantage of it, and even if it's not right and not fair, that's a reality. Daisy?
I feel she has the right to her opinion, even though I may not agree with it, and I feel it is unfair that she is getting attacked for it, but yet again, I think she needs to realize that if she was in my shoes, she would feel much differently about it, and that maybe she wouldn't be so closed-minded about it.
Melinda, what did you make of that column?
I think it's an excellent point. I do think also in this case, however, that there probably was a date rape drug component, so I don't think the girls had a chance. They didn't have a chance to realize that after one or two drinks they were feeling a little inebriated. It went from one drink to completely blacking out.
Yes, it's an absolutely horrifying story. Daisy, the young man whom you've accused of rape, he's now in college, and his parents have started to give interviews. They say the national attention the case is getting is causing him issues. Their son is being assassinated. I saw one headline that said he's the real victim, according to the mom. What's your reaction to this press, and what would you say to his parents?
I feel like it is unfair that he had to drop out of college, but yet again, it's the exact same thing that happened to me, just more drastic. I was basically forced to move away from Maryville because of all the bullying and all of the threats, and I'm sorry that it had to be this way and that their parents did have to go through this, but yet again, it's almost the same exact thing that happened with me.
Melinda, you must have seen these stories in which the alleged perpetrators' parents are quoted talking about him being the real victim.
He has a lot more guilt in this than they're admitting, and I think they need to let him pay at least some price and some punishment so he can learn. I hope it doesn't take him killing some girl.
Daisy, when was the last time you saw him?
It was last year at my brother's graduation. I really wanted to go see my brother graduate and sadly enough, they let him walk down the aisle, and I had to witness that, but I just kind of walked away from the whole situation. And I haven't seen him since.
Daisy and Melinda Coleman, thank you for your strength, for talking to us today, and I hope you see justice.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate